His name is Abdullah Mason, 22 years old, the youngest world champion in boxing, and 85% of the men who faced him never heard the final bell. He turned professional straight out of high school. He says out loud that he's better than Gervonta Davis. Big words for a kid. So here's what we did. We went back through the wins nobody talks about, the ones that built him, before the belt, before the fame, when he was just a teenager taking grown men apart. 5 fights, 4 who couldn't touch him, and 1 who put him on the floor and lived to regret it. This is Fight Diary. Let's go. Before the belts, before the world called him the youngest champion alive, there was a kid from Cleveland who just finished high school. October 2022, Madison Square Garden, his first night in New York. Across from him, Angel Barrera, both men undefeated, both 4-0. A fair fight on paper, but weeks earlier, Shakur Stevenson had pulled the broadcasters aside with a warning. Watch out for this kid. Tonight, everyone would find out why.
Exactly what you want to do. You know you're not going to be.
Barrera comes forward early. And that's the smart read. You don't outbox a technician like Mason, so you try to drag him into a fight. Problem is, the 18-year-old doesn't rattle. He's already reading the rhythm.
It is on your list of double stamp prospects. Tell the people why.
Skill set. Good defense. He's physically strong. Technically sound. Psychologically, this young man, I mean, when I talk to him in the fighter meetings, he sounds like he has it all together.
Everything Mason does is built off this jab. It's not a rangefinder, it's a weapon. He snaps it, resets, and Barrera's already fighting at a tempo he didn't choose.
This kid turned pro at 17, top rank, signed him, and he said he gave me some great work in sparring. He's up next.
Credit Barrera. He digs to the body and tries to slow the young man down. But watch what Mason does with the return fire. He doesn't just block, he answers. And every answer costs more than the question.
A lot more skill than I had when I was up, but I just had a lot of will, and I had a high ring IQ. But that's the reason why I'm able to kind of dissect these young fighters and help them out, Christina. That's it.
So what would you say if you were in the Barrera corner, what he can do right now against Mason?
He needs to.
There it is. The right hand sets the trap, and he finishes with that counter left up top. That's not a teenager swinging. That's a fighter who already knows the exit before he throws the first punch.
Nice dig with that right hand and finish with that counter left up top.
Good feint. Oh, my goodness.
The first 6-rounder for Abdullah Mason, and his first fight in New York City, which he was really excited about when I talked to him earlier as well. The concrete jungle where dreams are made of, Tim. Sense that their fighter's in full control.
Yeah.
The glove kisses the canvas here. The referee sees it from a bad angle and lets it go. But the message is already sent. Barrera's legs are starting to argue with him.
All that offense from Mason.
And that one puts him down. Clean. It all came off that solid jab, straight left hand right down the middle, nothing wasted. Barrera beats the count, but the fight has changed shape.
Hey, watch me, Angel. Good. Couple steps to the side.
Everything was all established off that solid jab right there, but beautiful, nice little swivel jab right there, straight left hand right down the middle. No, like I told you in the beginning.
He's ready to go, but just under a minute here in round 3. Can Abdullah Mason finish the show? Big body shot there with the right hand, too. Back up top with the left. Good counter shot. That one puts him down again for the second time here in round 3.
Big body shot with the right, then back up top with the left, and Barrera's down for the second time. This is the setup Mason had been building all night. Break the body, and the head has nowhere to hide.
Okay. One last shot.
Straight shot. Beat a wide shot 9 times out of 10, depending on what angle you're on now. Barrera's doing the right thing, using his legs now buy himself some time to clear his head.
Give the veteran this. He uses his legs, buys time, and drags himself back to the corner on instinct alone. He wants no part of quitting, but wanting it and surviving it are 2 different things.
I think a knockdown, contrary to what we and everybody else just heard, they're going to let Angel Barrera continue, and I think that they should give him another chance. He said he's okay, he wants to go. We'll see what we see here. You know, Barrera's, you're a fighter, Tim. You know he's going to want to fight this out.
And look, he ain't won a round. He didn't want to round. The referee better save his life.
The referee steps in and sees enough. Fourth round, stoppage, and an 18-year-old walks out of the garden with the whole room whispering his name. Barrera came to fight and lost to something rare, but this was the polite one. The next man wouldn't come to test Mason. He'd come to end him.
You know, but the ref and the doc decided to give him a chance.
For your winner by technical knockout, Abdullah Mason!
Barrera came to compete. Benjamin Gurment came in with something Mason had never taken from anyone yet, an unbeaten record of his own. 8 wins, 3 draws, no losses, a 31-year-old out of Fort Worth, Texas. Las Vegas, February 2024, Mason's first scheduled 8-rounder. And a rare wrinkle, 2 southpaws, mirror images, a matchup fighters spend whole careers avoiding. One of these zeros was about to disappear.
Don't go nowhere. Watch this young man perform.
You almost never see this. 2 southpaws in the same ring. Everything's backwards. The lead hands clash, the angles invert, and most young fighters get lost in it. Mason doesn't. He's already solving the geometry the veteran spent years learning.
November of 2023, and he starts off his 2024 campaign.
He might be past that. He might be a contender, you know. Sometimes you never know how this game's going to go. It all depends on your performances inside the ring against the competition that they provide for you.
Look at the hand speed against a grown man who's shared the ring with plenty of lefties. Gurment knows this style cold, and it still isn't enough. That gap isn't experience, it's talent.
Only in the amateurs, but also in the gym. You see the quick hands from Abdullah Mason here against the former U.S. Army veteran Gurment.
Abdullah, sometimes he can rush things a little bit.
Credit the older man. He reaches around to steal a body shot, then tries to sneak behind Mason when the kid's out of position. This is 31 years of ring craft trying to buy time.
Gurment, no stranger to punishment. He was down twice.
Look, Gurment's tough, you can tell, and he knows what he's doing inside the ring. You see him reaching around right there to land that body shot, and then he's sneaking behind when you see Mason out of position. And now Mason coming back with his own.
And watch how fast Mason erases it. He didn't like where he was, so he changed the exchange in a single beat. 19 years old, backing a veteran onto the ropes like the ages were reversed.
His own against a 31-year-old, and you see the power of Abdullah Mason.
And you see the offensive prowess. You don't see a guy that's just looking to counterpunch.
The abrasion opens over Gurment's right eye, swelling underneath. Mason's on his front foot, not hunting counters, walking him down. This is the part of the story where an unbeaten record starts to feel heavy.
So, on Gurment, an Army veteran who served in Djibouti as well as Kansas, and right now he's in a tough battle against Abdullah Mason. Back to his corner.
You know, I like the offensive prowess. I love the energy that Mason brings into the ring.
Tim.
Gurment's tough, nobody's questioning the heart, but toughness against this kind of power just means you're conscious for more of it. Every round he survives, the finish gets closer, not further.
But that's exactly what Gurment needs to do, because he's not going to match him skill for skill. He just needs to take advantage of either the low points or sneak behind that offense, which he does on Mason, to get inside just to work some offense. And he's jabbing with him. So you get a good jabber, you jab with him. It'd be the battle of jabs.
But then you have power of Mason. You saw that double left hand, and you saw Gurment retreat towards the ropes. And Mason now looking to put an end to this fight. Those left hooks landing cleanly on the chin of Gurment, who finally was going down. And
there it is. The left hand stuns him, and Gurment sags into the ropes to hold himself up. That counts. First knockdown, and the unbeaten record has its first crack.
Hand after left hand, knew he had his man hurt, stepped in, you see Doc.
You're taking a lot of punishment.
Love that, love that.
Excellent job from Harvey Doc from the state of New York.
He didn't need a long leash. All he needed was one shot to say goodnight. Mid-range, Gurment throws a lazy jab, and Mason makes him pay for it with a left he never saw coming.
Wow.
Here it is, timing. Got the high guard up, he waiting for the chance. Mid-range jab. Why you gonna do that, son? Some punches to the left, you shouldn't throw some punches, especially a jab at mid-range.
Wow. This is just ridiculous Accuracy,
go ahead.
power, and destruction.
Oh, throw the jab at mid-range. Go ahead. You're not supposed to do that.
Let's listen to how
I want
it
to listen.
sounded.
I'm going to just be quiet.
1 minute, 29 into the second. It's waved off. Gurment walks out with the first loss of his career, handed to him by a teenager.
Abdullah Mason!
The first two never made it out of the early rounds. Luis Lebron was built different. 20 wins, a Puerto Rican veteran out of San Juan, and one number that mattered more than the rest. In his entire career, nobody had ever stopped him. Newark, July 2024, on Shakur Stevenson's hometown card. Weeks before, Mason had posted a street fight knockout online with 4 words attached. How I'm coming July 6th. LeBron was about to find out he meant it.
Nothing to lose, he told us.
Yeah, I doubt that. You know, when you're in there with a superior counterpuncher.
LeBron said it plain before the bell. Nothing to lose. Take the fight right to the kid. And early, that's exactly what he does, walking Mason down. But pressure only works if the man in front of you blinks. Mason doesn't.
Is scheduled for 8. Ring walk came down to Purple Rain, and he's got the purple trunks, the full purple kit with the bedazzled. Look at these kicks.
It's going to be
Here's the real question of the night. Mason had never been past 6 rounds. LeBron wants deep water, wants to see if the 20-year-old can drown. So watch how calm the young man stays while the veteran tries to make it ugly.
He's going to see. He's going to find a way to test that chin. Again, you don't know how good a fighter is until he gets hit.
There are all those unique rungs on the ladder of being a prized prospect. When you're somebody like Abdullah Mason, as you see the pressure from LeBron as he had him pinned against the ropes for a second, turns back to the center of the ring and applies that southpaw jab. But just getting back to that conversation.
In the corner, his father Valiant, 52 years old, the man who built this southpaw from scratch. The message was simple. Take your time, keep it simple. Watch Mason obey it in real time, no panic, just picking LeBron apart.
A purpose.
Yes.
And having an opponent who can pressure you, who can hit you, who can have you find out something about yourself is a very important step.
It is a very important thing. I mean, you have Abdullah that's coming in this matchup with 3 knockouts, back-to-back knockouts.
Right.
So you wonder how he's going to be able to deal with the pressure that comes with this as well. And he still has to perform and look flawless doing it, Tess. There's no Tiger that same stripes. They don't have the same stripes.
This is where it turns. Mason goes downstairs with intent, and every body shot is a payment on a later round. LeBron's still upright, but his engine is quietly being drained.
You heard from his father, Valiant. His 52-year-old father is his trainer. He said, take your time and keep it simple. That was the message to Abdullah Mason. I want to ask you about the relationship with Valiant Mason, his father who trained in
self-belief, all the things that the father has instilled in this young man, and the skills as you see him working those combinations.
Big right hand, and the blood comes immediately from LeBron's nose. That's not a cut from a clash of heads. That's damage. And this is the moment the commentators stop calling him a prospect and start calling him something else.
What you're watching right now is not a normal 20-year-old. I promise you that.
Look at the shift. LeBron isn't coming forward anymore. He's stepping back, respecting the power. The man who promised to bring the fight is now just trying to survive it.
Number 2, and the young sensation Abdullah Mason has LeBron in trouble. Look at that face. Let's watch if this young man, this #1 prospect in the world, can close the show.
The uppercut puts him on a knee. First knockdown, then Mason loads up a flurry to the head and body for the second, and only the bell saves LeBron from being finished right there.
Just an onslaught of offense. LeBron's face a bloody mess. He's been down 2 times.
He doesn't mind being close, Tess. He doesn't mind taking risks. That's what makes him so fun to
combination
watch.
Again, left uppercut it started with. Stab jab from that southpaw position. Blood continues to stream from the nose. Body attack from Abdullah.
Upstairs, downstairs, hand speed nobody in this division has. One veteran voice at ringside said it out loud. He hadn't seen combinations this fast since Roy Jones Jr. That's the company a 20-year-old just walked into.
His corner has seen enough, and we want to see more of the double Mason.
Right here, those combinations. I haven't seen fast, accurate combinations like that since Roy Jones Jr.
The corner has seen enough and waves it off. Third round, and the man who'd never been stopped leaves with a broken nose and a piece of his record gone forever.
Mason!
3 men had tried and failed at home. Now, Mason left the country for the first time. Quebec City, August 2024, his international debut in front of a foreign crowd. Across from him, Mike Yohan Jr., a former New England champion who took this fight on 3 weeks' notice, carrying a name forged in hard rooms. His father sparred Marvelous Marvin Hagler through the 80s. There's a strange detail here too. The 2 men had ridden to the weigh-in together, not knowing who the other was, and embraced when they found out. 24 hours later, the smiles were gone.
New England.
Same blueprint from the first bell, left to the body, right hand upstairs, forcing Yohan to defend instead of throw. The veteran wanted to establish himself. Mason won't let him have a single free second.
Known as Marvin Hagler's main sparring partner.
Wow.
Imagine what that must have been like.
Hell.
Exactly.
Coming from Mason on Yohan, getting him in trouble. Oh, that body shot right there. Oh, right in the solar plexus.
And that's one of the things that Mason does so well. He finds the opening and he takes advantage of it.
Credit Yohan, he's boxing smart, changing levels, getting low, keeping his center of gravity under Mason's power. This is a man from a serious fighting bloodline trying to solve a problem no one's solved yet.
Forced him into gravity, and that right hook came, but he missed because Yohan got underneath that shot.
Nice uppercut there from Abdullah Mason, and Yohan was trying to land the right.
And again, that's the IQ of Mason, understanding and seeing what Yohan is.
And here's Mason's answer to a fighter ducking down. You want to get low? He lifts him up. The right hook sets the level, and the uppercut is already loaded underneath it. That's not instinct. That's a plan.
Uppercut that puts Yohan on the seat of his pants.
Never saw it coming.
Left uppercut, and Yohan lands on the seat of his pants late in the round. He never saw it coming. He beats the count, survives the bell, but everyone in that arena just watched the gap between these 2 men in real time.
This kid is so much fun to watch.
Yes,
20 years old. The eyes, Tim.
Tells it all. The eyes tell it all. Laser focused, concentrated all the way through. That's important. No, this is what I was talking about. What a straight left hand.
And that one puts...
Second round, and Mason drops him again. A short, clean combination in the neutral corner. This is the point where courage stops being enough. His corner has seen it.
He had seen enough. Hey. What a blistering finish from this.
The towel comes in and they save their man. 2 rounds, hostile crowd, foreign soil, and the 20-year-old walks through all of it like it's a Tuesday. 4 opponents, 4 stoppages, and not one of them touched him, which is exactly why the next fight matters. Because the next man did what none of these 4 could. He put Abdullah Mason on the floor. 4 fights, 4 finishes, and one thing nobody had managed to do, touch him. Then came Yohan Vasquez. 26 wins, 21 knockouts, a Dominican veteran out of the Bronx who hit like a car crash. Norfolk, Virginia, November 2024. Everything so far had been the story of a prodigy who couldn't be hurt. In the next 5 minutes, that story nearly died on the canvas. Twice.
Obey my commands at all times. Let's keep it clean. Touch him up.
His sparring partner, and tonight he'll need every piece of advice on how to solve the puzzle.
48 seconds in, Mason reaches for a big left, leaves himself wide open, and Vasquez's left hook lands flush. And down goes Mason, for the first time in his professional career.
You see Vasquez leaning forward.
Oh, Abdullah gets dropped by the left.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Can you take it on the chin? That's exactly.
Here's what separates a prospect from a star. 30 seconds after being dropped, Mason plants a picture-perfect left uppercut and puts Vasquez flat on his back. No panic, no retreat. He got hurt, and his answer was to hurt back harder. Mason goes for the kill, gets over-anxious, and Vasquez catches him with another short left hook. Down again, second time in the round. Only the glove on the canvas and the final seconds save him.
Round 1, 1 minute and 15 seconds, and Abdullah's going for the finish. Vasquez looking to survive, but this is where Abdullah Mason is at his best. What a jab from Abdullah Mason. Left uppercut from Abdullah. Oh, now Abdullah's down for the second time with a check left hook. What a round we're seeing early on here. Abdullah's up. Vasquez can barely stand.
Second round, and the straight left lands clean. Vasquez wobbles, and something in his leg gives out. Now the roles reverse. The hunter became the hunted, and Mason can smell it.
On the inside, excellent finisher. He got a little over-anxious against a veteran, and he made him pay. But here's Abdullah once again going in. And Abdullah Mason got a little bit over-anxious. He's getting a little bit too close to a very dangerous La Fiera Yohan Vasquez, and
Put that chin down into your chest, especially when you're throwing your offense.
now that straight left
Thank
hurts
you,
Vasquez, and he's making him dance, but this is where Vasquez has been the most dangerous.
Shows you how conditioned he is, where his mindset is, and he's still in there trying to go for the kill.
No holding. No holding.
Vasquez holding and punching, and Abdullah says, you hold me, you better hold me tight because I'm going to go to your body and drop you.
This is the maturity nobody expected. He doesn't headhunt for the highlight. He goes downstairs. If you hurt me, better put me out, because I'm going to the body to drop you. And that left to the ribs is the punch that ends it.
Mason down, you better put him out. Shot from Abdullah Mason.
Instead of placing the shot upstairs, he knew he was hurting him with that. Right centered. That shot right there, that would have been down. Yep. Lucky the ref didn't take a point from him. But on the inside, vicious short shots on the inside from him. Just got in tight, close.
1:59 of the second, Vasquez can't beat the count. And there it is, the whole video in a single fight. 4 men who couldn't lay a glove on him, and 1 who put him down twice, and still Mason got up, stayed calm, and finished it. That's not a prospect anymore. 12 months later at 22, this same kid would become the youngest world champion in boxing, and he still says he's better than Gervonta Davis. After watching him climb off the floor and win anyway, would you bet against him? Tell me in the comments.